Hi, it's Alaska Granny. I'm at a granny camp, which is my Alaska off-grid cabin, and I like to cook over a campfire out here. So today I thought I would share some of the ways that I use to start fires. A lot of them are free and easy. A few of them are things that you can buy, and some of them you may want to use in your bug-out bag, your get-home bag, your emergency kit, or even your backyard fire pit, your wood stove, or your fireplace. Before you light a fire, you need to have some fuel. You can't just use your fire starter, you have to have something to start. You want some sticks that are teeny tiny, smaller than your finger to begin with. Then you want some sticks about the size of your finger, and after that you can add sticks that are larger. You go a little bit bigger, and as your fire gets larger and gets going better, then you can add bigger sticks and logs. A great fire starter for your bug out bag that's going to light no matter the weather is Instafire. It is fantastic stuff. You sprinkle it out and it will light and it will stay lit even in a wet environment. So if you're looking for a simple bag of fire starter to keep with your emergency gear, I recommend the Instafire. It's only a few dollars for the bag. Very lightweight for your bug out bag are Zippo waxed tinder sticks. There's several of them in the package. They work great and they're very lightweight, take up no space, and are great for emergencies. Another product I like to use at Granny Camp or in my Weber charcoal grill are the lightning nuggets. They're little wax covered sawdust. They're like a hemisphere, half a circle or a little bowl. You set them right in there, light them up, and they will burn hot for a long time. It's best to use something like a utility lighter or a long fireplace match, something that you can hold the flame on it for a little bit longer than a match. Just hold the lighter on it in one place. Allow the lightning nugget to burn for 30 seconds before you add any more wood to it. Place the lightning nugget with the curved side down, the flat side up. Just light it along one edge and wait about 30 seconds for it to get started before you add anything else. These fire nuggets burn for about 22 minutes and the flames can get up to like 8 inches tall. So even if you're using it in a fire pit or in your fireplace or your wood stove, if your wood is wet, these go a long way towards getting that fire going. Whether you're using a lightning nugget or any other kind of way to light your charcoal, the hardest thing is waiting for it to catch fire and be ready. But be patient. Let it go for 15 to 20 minutes. An important step to lighting your fire is having something to actually light whatever your tinder is. Get a big box of matches, a little box of matches, look for strike on the box or strike anywhere. I also found long fireplace matches at the Dollar Tree, and these are great because look how long they are. I like utility lighters and regular lighters, and then if you want any of the kind of survival gear and you want to have that, you can have that too. But most of us on a day-to-day basis, we just want to use some of these supplies. So now, what are some just basic, simple fire starters that you can make yourself and include in your supplies of emergency gear? Number one, start with a sheet of foil. You want to put this down on the ground, then no matter what you're using, if it melts or doesn't stay together, it will collect on the foil and not go into the ground or separate, and you'll be far more likely to be successful lighting your fire. I always keep a sheet of aluminum foil with my fire starting kit. The easiest fire starter ever that works the greatest is cotton balls with petroleum jelly. You can just dab the petroleum jelly right onto the cotton and then it is going to light and stay lit. That's especially important that you light it on the aluminum foil because it can melt and you don't want it to run out of your fire. You want it to help fuel your fire. I like to make little packs of fire starters. I just dab the cotton into petroleum jelly, stick it right into a Ziploc bag. It's ready to go then into any of your survival gear, even out to your backyard fire pit. If you don't have petroleum jelly, reach for chapstick. It works great too. Just rub it onto the cotton. Don't just look for cotton balls, look for cotton rounds. These are great, they're sturdy, and you can really dab them into the petroleum jelly. My favorite fire starter with cotton rounds is to make char cloth. I buy a can of the Pirouette cookies at the Dollar Tree, and after you eat the cookies, you make a hole in the lid, you fill the can up with your cotton rounds and set it right into your barbecue grill. And then it will char all of the cotton rounds and you will have char cloth. You can see that they come out as little black, ready to go fire starters. They're kind of messy, so you want to make sure that you store them in something so that they don't disintegrate or make a big mess in your bag or your pocket. Empty cardboard tubes and dryer lint are also a great way to start a fire. You can use either of them alone or stuff the dryer lint into your tube, and then you have more of it together and you can light this and it'll burn for a long, long time. You can also rub petroleum jelly onto your dryer lint just like you can onto a cotton ball. Wax paper is also great. It's waxy and it's paper, so it's going to be perfect. You can just tear off a sheet, crumble it up, and it's ready to go in your fire, or take your toilet paper tube that has the lint inside, roll it around and tuck it in. It's even easier to light and it'll burn even longer. If it's raining, the wax paper can help keep your tinder dry so that you can get an easier start to your fire. When you're out hiking, look for dried pine cones. You can use them in your fire or take them home, dip them in wax, and set them aside, and then they're going to work great. To an egg carton, there's all kinds of ways that you can heat up old candles, pour the wax over, make fire starters out of simple things you can find in the yard or in the trash. Stale chips, they're covered in oil. Guess what? They are a great fire starter. Tea light candles are also a way to start a fire. You can put one right down under your kindling and it'll stay lit for quite a while. So while it's great to have tea light candles, not only for the candle light, you can use them to heat food, but you can also use them to start a fire. There's so many uses for tea light candles, you should be buying them in big packs. Hand sanitizer has finally come down in price. Add some hand sanitizer onto a cotton ball, a cotton round, some dryer lint. It's alcohol based and it's going to light right up. It was so expensive for a while at the beginning of the pandemic. There's no way we would have used hand sanitizer to start a fire, but now that you can find it for practically nothing, it's great to put into your fire starting kit again. Cotton string and jute twine are great cordage to have with your emergency supplies and your crafting supplies. Did you know both of these are great fire starters? Cut off a section, pull on it so that it unwinds a little bit, and you can light it on fire and it'll burn enough to help you get a fire started. When you buy your jute twine and your cotton string, pull some of it off and add it to your fire starting kit. Do you ever see a tree with peeling bark? It's likely a birch tree, and the birch bark is a fantastic natural fire starter. You can take a little bit of the loose birch bark, but don't damage the tree. Don't ever harm the tree and try to cut it off. Just pull off the loose part and you have some natural fire starters that work fantastic. A project I've been working on at Granny Camp is to take some Strike Anywhere matches and put them down in the little holes in the corrugated cardboard. Then I can cut these apart and I have a ready-to-go fire starter. You can strike the matches across a rock and they're going to light and continue to burn down the cardboard. I suppose if you dip them in wax, they'd last even longer. You can even use shoe polish to start a fire. Dab a cotton ball into the polish and light it. It's ready to go. Teddy, don't take my fire starter. That's not your lightning nugget. Those are not for you. Those are not for you. No, they're not for you. There are so many ways that you can put together things that you have around the house that you can find in your recycling or your garbage, and you can turn into fire starters. So don't be fretting if it's cold winter night, you can't get your wood stove to light, your fireplace, or it's summertime and you're trying to figure out how to light your fire pit or your barbecue grill. There are all kinds of ways to light fires. Think about all of the items that you have and how you could put them together to solve a problem that you have. Use what you have to make what you need. That's what prepping is all about. Being creative and using the things that you have to make the best of whatever your situation is. Leave a comment below on different kind of fire starters that you like to make or bring along and how successful they are for you. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel. You like this stick?